Today we're going to make this simple paper poppy craft.
For today's craft, you're going to need some glue and some scissors, a larger piece of blue paper because I'm using that for the background, a little bit of red, green, and black. Now, for most of today, you're just going to be tearing your paper, but we want to start with our scissors because I want to take this piece of paper and I want it a little bit smaller. So this is a fairly large paper. What I want to do is I have it in front of me. I have the long side left to right, the short side top to bottom, and I'm just going to fold it over left to right. So I'm folding it over, and this is just one way to make it smaller. Now, if you already have a smaller piece of paper, you don't have to worry about this. I'm going to fold it, and once I fold it, I have what's called a fold line here, and then I'm going to use that to cut. This enables me to cut a nice straight line, and this is the only time you're going to need your scissors today. There we go. We're going to get rid of those scissors, move over that extra piece of paper. Then we are going to bring in those other colors. Now with all of these colors, you're going to tear them. So you don't need scissors, you're just going to tear them away. The red is going to be for the poppy. So you're just going to tear pieces of paper. Now go ahead and tear, just a little tip here. You don't want to tear the pieces off too tiny because they are really hard to glue if you get them too small. You also don't want to make them super large because then it just looks like you have a big piece of ripped paper and not.
So doing your best, go ahead. You're going to tear your red, your black, and your green. You don't need a lot of green and you don't need a lot of black. And don't worry if you run out of paper because you can also tear some a little bit later if you need it.
Once everything is torn, you are ready to start gluing. Now the goal is to glue a poppy at the top here, and it's going to be in the shape of a circle. And so all you do is start by putting some glue on your pieces and go ahead and start to form your circle. You're going to notice as you go that maybe some stick out, and that's okay. You just go and form it the very best that you can. So just keep gluing and gluing and gluing until you have the size of circle, the size of poppy that you want. You're overlapping everything, just gluing it down. What you don't want is you don't want any spaces where you can see the paper underneath. So you don't want to see that blue paper. Just want to overlap everything and just randomly glue all of the red. Once you have the shape that you like for your poppy, then you're going to use your black and go ahead and glue a little bit in the center of your poppy. Just randomly in the center, as big as you want it or as small. You might not use all the pieces you have, and that's okay. And then you're on to your green. And for your green, you're just going to glue that down as your stem, and you can make a straight stem, stem coming sideways, a curved stem. It's completely up to you. You just keep gluing
until you reach the bottom of the page and you're happy with your craft and you have created your poppy. Thanks for joining me on Craft Club for Kids to make this simple paper poppy craft. Remember, be creative and have fun.